30 years, they have similar data. So we are so good at this work, thanks to Joe Vargas and others on our program today, that any of you can duplicate what we're doing, and we're all happy to assist you. So the next thing that I want to do is to introduce our Master of Ceremonies for this morning. His name is Micah Ali, someone who I've known for probably over 20 years now. We grew up in the same city, but of course I'm like the mother and he's like my child. But he's a real fireball, not only in Compton, but also in our county and our state. He has made education, environmental protection, and public health and safety priorities on his agenda in our community. Currently, he serves as a vice president, and he's the past president of the Compton Unified School District Board of Trustees. He's president emeritus of the Los Angeles County Schools Trustee Association and serves on the board of directors of Friends of the Bologna Wetlands. He is an advocate for environmental safeguards as a member of the South Coast Air Quality Management District Environmental Justice Advisory Group and serves on the State Racial and Identity Profiling Advisory Commission as an appointee of the California State Senate. Mr. Ali also serves as president of the Compton Creek Mosquito Abatement District Board of Trustees. The Mosquito Abatement District is preparing to address any outbreak of the Zika virus among its constituents. He's been a leader in legislative efforts to broaden early care and education opportunities for low-income children, establish school-based health centers to make health care more readily available to children in local communities, as well as for expanding opportunities for academic excellence in public schools. Micah, on behalf of the Executive Board for the California Coalition of Early Middle Colleges, we welcome you and thank you for taking time out of your very busy day to serve with us today.
Good morning. Now all of that means absolutely nothing, because the most important thing is I'm straight out of Compton. I'd be definitely negligent if I did not recognize the fact that Board President Zarita is in the midst. Just raise your hand, please, as well as Executive Cabinet. Colleen Hawkins leads the Educational Services construct of the Compton Unified School District. And then lastly, I must acknowledge one fact, that this gentleman sitting here, he is just not a normal assemblyman. This is a legacy, a staple within the fabric of Los Angeles County. Now, I follow in his father's footsteps. He may not have, but I did. His father worked in aerospace. I worked in aerospace. I went on to local government. Of course, his father was an icon with the local government and very much instrumental for many of what you see throughout Los Angeles. So let's give a round of applause for the distinguished assemblyman. I know many of you guys run through Pasadena often, but it wouldn't be the Pasadena you see if not for the leadership of this gentleman here. So we have to state that, and we must give accolades and give folk their flowers while they can smell them. Now, on to Compton. Very significant to note, as the president stated last night, that the Compton turnaround. What does that mean? That means the transformation of public education and the delivery of instruction in Compton. The turnaround is real. It cannot be denied. It cannot be refuted that the school district has grown exponentially by way of test scores. We've decreased dropout. We've addressed the issue of truancy. And how do you do that? By first tackling what's important, and what's important is student health. By bringing school-based health centers to the community, making certain that prior to the Affordable Care Act, the conduit for the Affordable Care Act is philanthropic organizations within the community providing primary health care. This Compton School Board led that effort, and we did that. Half of our town has been receiving high-quality health care based upon the various partners that we have in place. And then, of course, you move on to making sure you have a phenomenal administrative team in place. Great superintendent as well as cabinet and executive leadership who truly understands that in order for you to touch the minds of these young folks, you have to be innovative. You have to be ingenuitive and creative. And you must not shy away from the controversy that may exist when individuals try to thwart the will of what we know to be true, and that's delivering education at any cost and fighting anybody who stands in the way, and I mean anybody, whether it's negotiations or not. Anybody who stands in the way of providing high quality education. So how did we get to where we are today? So the board president and I share a very strange relationship. We're almost family. We're almost family, and I'm like her daughter's quasi-father. And she says, you know, what are we going to do about one of my daughter's education? Daughter goes to private elementary school. I said, hey, dump that private school. Let's get her back into public school. We did. We moved on to high school. She said, what are we going to do for high school? Well, of course, sometimes it's challenging when you're elected somewhere and you have your child in that environment, because oftentimes the child that is subject to the abuse you can't take, right? So then the daughter said, hey, I'd love to be a teacher. I love to work in the education realm. And of course, knowing Ms. Robertson here, we said, well, why not put her in Harvard teacher prep? And we did. Not just Satra's daughter or mine, but we put in a plethora of students throughout the urban corridors of Los Angeles. And all of those children have gone on to phenomenal collegiate institutions. This is very important for Compton. It's not just about good, smart kids, good, smart students. This is about providing education. When you talk about choice, this is providing educational choice and options to students within the traditional school setting, making certain that there's this robust enrichment of dual immersion and leveraging all that can be possibly leveraged by way of our academic construct, our K-14 environment within both the community college and the traditional school systems, be from the Prop 98. So we have to make certain that we fully take advantage of that continuum. And so in Compton, what we've been able to witness, many students coming back from other school districts who live in Compton, and then of course bringing students from neighboring districts who benefit from inter-district permits. And so all of this has been done based upon the leadership and the commitment of the school board, as well as the administrative staff, because we all understand what these children need. I'm from Compton, Ms. Rita's from Compton, both of our families are from Compton, so we stayed, and we didn't move. We thought we would stay and improve, and that's very significant as far as transforming a very challenged public school system. We're very grateful to the leadership of Ms. Robertson. She left LA Unified for a hot minute, came over, started the early college, and we're moving full steam ahead. As Ms. Rita said last night, we're going to be transitioning that school from where it currently is to a repurposed middle school. They'll have that entire campus, renovated gym, brand new track. Now listen, $40 million invested in these schools before we even touch the general obligation bond on enhancing the facilities. We all understand that they said this is exceedingly important to students. And what this school board believes is that the commitment has to be something that we must stand firm on. $40 million of investment in these schools. Next year we will kick off $350 million of investment. Brand new Compton High School, brand new science centers, refurbishing libraries, and hopefully Prop 51 will pass, and of course the district will receive another $60 million in order to augment and enhance the facilities within our community. So I'm very grateful this morning, very much humbled to stand in the midst of so many educators who are responsible for molding the minds of California's future. But I'm also grateful to be here with giants who understand the significance of public education in this state. We had Jerry Brown, who overhauled the funding formula relative to local control funding. Then we have folks like the distinguished assemblyman here who understand that we have to not think outside of the box, folks. We have to stretch the aperture. Stretch the box. Who says that the box has to have any bounds on it? Folks like this distinguished gentleman here understand that, having himself grew up in an urban setting. So without any further ado, I'd like to introduce the committee. The committee will just simply stand. Raise your hands, committee, stand in place, as well as volunteers. The planning committee for this college, this conference, if you would just simply stand. These folks are shy. It must be early in the morning. Okay, we got volunteers outside. Folks, let's give these folks another resounding round